Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a wide-ranging and politically significant address as the Bharatiya Janata Party appointed Nitin Nabin as its new national president. Nabin will head the world's biggest political party. He takes over as the president at a time when the visible difference between RSS and BJP have been set aside. Modi made most of this opportunity.
आज भाजपा का जितना फोकस संगठन के विस्तार पर है, उतनी ही बड़ी प्राथमिकता कार्यकर्ता के निर्माण की भी है। और जब बात पार्टी के विषयों को आती है, तब माननीय नितिन नबीन जी, मैं एक कार्यकर्ता हूं, वे मेरे बॉस हैं।
Nitin Nabin, Prime Minister, hailed the new BJP President as a millennial leader who uses AI. He also said that he has already presented his report card to Nabin.
इस महत्वपूर्ण कालखंड की शुरुआत में हमारे माननीय नितिन नबीन जी बीजेपी की विरासत को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। मैं आजकल के युवाओं की भाषा में कहूं तो नितिन जी खुद भी एक प्रकार से मिलेनियल है। वो उस जनरेशन से हैं जिसने भारत में बड़े आर्थिक, सामाजिक और टेक्नोलॉजिकल परिवर्तन होते देखे हैं। हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी अब हमारा मार्गदर्शन करने वाले हैं। उनका एक एक शब्द हमारे लिए आगे की दिशा होगी। मैं भी एक कार्यकर्ता के तौर पर मैं पहले नए अध्यक्ष जी को मेरे काम का हिसाब दे रहा था। मैंने हिसाब दिया, अब वो मेरा सीआर लिखेंगे। लेकिन अब मेरे आगे के काम के लिए मैं उनके मार्गदर्शन की प्रतीक्षा कर रहा हूं।
The Prime Minister's speech outlined the BJP's ideological journey, organizational philosophy, governance record and future roadmap. Here are the 9 key takeaways from the Prime Minister Modi's address. Prime Minister Modi said BJP's presidential selection was not symbolic but a result of month-long democratic exercise involving party workers at every level. He said this reflects the BJP's grassroots culture and cadre-based structure. 2. Prime Minister said BJP's direction is rooted in India's history, culture, values. He recalled recent commemorations marking 75 years of Janasangh, 125 years of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, 100 years of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and the centenary of the RSS, stressing ideological continuity over political convenience. 3. Prime Minister Modi credited former party presidents for building BJP at every stage, saying the party grew under Murli Manohar Joshi, L.K. Advani expanded under Venkaiah Naidu, and Nitin Gadkari won its first majority under Rajnath Singh, returned to power under Amit Shah and formed the government under J.P. Nadda. 4. Calling it his proudest identity, the Prime Minister said he is first and foremost a BJP worker, a karyakarta. In a striking remark, he said, I am a BJP worker and Nitin Nabin is my boss, reinforcing the party's organizational ethos where roles matter more than personalities. 5. Prime Minister Modi said Nitin Nabin carries a major responsibility, not just managing the BJP organization, but also coordinating with NDA partners. He described him as a proven leader who has delivered in every role entrusted to him. 6th, highlighting generational change, the Prime Minister said Nitin Nabin is a millennial leader who has witnessed India's technological, economic and social transformation from the radio era to artificial intelligence. He linked this to the BJP's focus on youth leadership and said the next 25 years will be decisive in achieving the goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047. 7. The Prime Minister described the BJP as sanskar, a family where relationships matter more than formal membership. He said while presidents and officials change, the party's values and direction remain constant. He stressed that the BJP's national character comes from deep local roots and its ability to provide space to regional aspirations. Eighth, Prime Minister Modi said BJP's journey over past 11 years is an extraordinary example of public trust. He cited party's expansion across states, governments formed on its own, growing presence in West Bengal, Telangana, gains in Maharashtra, and steady growth in Kerala and local bodies despite anti-incumbency challenges. And 9, drawing a sharp contrast with the Congress's dynastic model, the Prime Minister said BJP represents a politics of service and development. He highlighted welfare, delivery, poverty reduction, Northeast integration, and decisive reforms like Article 370, Triple Talaq. On security, he said Naxalism is nearing extinction, infiltration is being tackled firmly, and urban extremism and the networks associated will not be allowed to undermine national security. Concluding his address, PM said BJP's guiding principle, party above self and nation above party. He said the moral clarity has enabled decisions once considered impossible and expressed confidence that under Nitin Nabin's leadership, the BJP will continue to expand and govern and shape India's future. On this issue, I am joined by Ratan Sharda, author and political analyst, Smita Mishra, senior journalist. Thank you both of you for joining me for this short discussion. So that it was, when a lot of smile came to people's face when Prime Minister Modi, Mr. Sharda said, he's my boss and he's going to write my CR. Mr. Sharda.
Good evening, and it's a good day to talk about it, because what Modi ji repeated is something like a private joke in our organization. That person who becomes senior, there is no CR as such, but he writes the CR. So we joke about the person, अरे यार तुम तो दोस्त थे, अब तो senior बन गए, अब मेरा CR नागपुर में ठीक जाना चाहिए. This is standing joke in RSS organization. Secondly, he very importantly underlined the importance of organization above the governance. What happens as the party becomes stronger and goes into more into electoral mode, more into power games, organization loses its vitality, organization loses its importance, and that can be dangerous for an organization which is cadre based. More so as new people join BJP in hordes. Since 2014, you see the huge expansion of the base, people like Modi ji, people like BJP or RSS, but they have no clue of the philosophy or the ideology of RSS and BJP. So when they join, they have to be retrained or in fact just imbibed with the values which have brought BJP where it is. If that is not there, then what happens that people may compromise the belief for power. So this message that organization is very important, organization needs to be given due respect, is very important message for the new age leaders who have taken important positions in BJP, who don't carry the old ethos because they have joined new, they are not aware. I have know, because once in a while when I have met some of them, they were not aware of 370, some were not aware of Ram Janmabhoomi significance. So Modi's message is very important. The organization has to be given due respect, it is to be given importance, and that is what has come through his lecture. More very touching remark that I would remember of Nabin is not what he said, but one particular sentence where he says that हम मोदी जी को दूर से देखते थे, कभी सोचा नहीं था कि उनके साथ बैठूंगा मैं. This message that anybody who works hard and works sincerely and humbly can reach the top position next to the PM whom you look at from a distance with respect and awe, that I think is the most important message for any Karyakarta, that you keep working, your work will be appreciated, noted, and you will be elevated. That particular message was very important, and as I said, organizational issues are very important, and the government will run its own. Nobody needs to talk about that. We can talk about the achievement or non-achievement, and that organization has to be always alert. That is the message that has gone through. I think that's very important, because as BJP grows bigger and bigger, the arrogance can come in, lack of understanding of people who have joined recently from different parties, typically from secular camp. When you join a Hindutva camp, you have no clue about what are the roots. He talked about roots. So what are the roots of that particular organization? Why it is different from others? It is not just another horse you are riding. It's very different kind of
Absolutely.
person. That is very important.
Absolutely. And let me play those visuals again from inside the office. I think the entire imagination of this visual was to ensure that the legitimacy is with Nabin. If you look at it, Smita, he's politically junior to most of the people who are there inside the room. But the chair he occupies is given the importance. Isn't that so?
Yes, in terms of organizational positioning, I mean, up till today, and in terms of age too, Nitin Nabin definitely, is much younger and also much junior in organizational standing till today. But today, after this formal taking charge, he is now the boss of all those people you see standing there, including organizationally the prime minister of the country.
Absolutely.
But Kartike, I think more than giving a message to Nitin or the leaders who were sitting there, I think it was, as Ratan Shardaji just pointed out, I think the message was to the entire BJP organization of the country, because 45 is really young, and BJP and its affiliate and organizations affiliated with the Sangh Parivar have seen Nitin almost as a child. I mean, forget BJP leaders. I remember Nitin as such a greenhorn Yuva Morcha Neta, who was the general secretary at the time when Anurag Thakur was president of the Yuva Morcha, and he used to handle all the organizational Yuva Morcha matters. And then he got elected as an MLA, and then he won 4 elections in a row. So you see, there are people who are much older to him. It is natural for them to have a sense of awkwardness, because someone who was, a young boy in their eyes is suddenly now going to take decisions. At the same time, a message must go out into the organization all over the country that, look, I, Narendra Modi, now consider Nitin Navin my boss. I think it is such a strong message to everybody that everybody will now understand that Nitin Navin is the president, and if the prime minister is calling him boss in a public platform, which means he, it sort of gives it entrenches the authority of the person. At the same time, I think he has given a kind of a message to some of the other political parties, including Congress and some regional
Absolutely.
parties,